we're back. Good evening everyone, and welcome back to Monosodes, the episodes about fakemon. And today's video will be a fairly impromptu video by my standards. It will be an entry into a contest hosted by fellow fakemon creator, Lava Tyrant. This contest is the Evil Eevee Extravaganza, and it's all about making evolutions for this little edgelord. This is Gideon Eevee from Lava Tyrant's own Mahagari region, a Pokemon that, while it may look like and be called Eevee, is actually a pure dragon type and isn't related to Cantonian Eevee whatsoever.
No relation!
The premise of Gideon Eevee's evolutions is that they're all based on evil mythological figures and creatures from around the world, with the dragon fighting type Indrion, the dragon psychic type Dupleon, and the dragon dark type Griefion being based on Asuras in Hinduism, and the dragon rock type Itachion being based on a Japanese yokai. And Japan is where we'll find the first of my entries too. Now what type did I make it again? Oh right, the poison for Eevee, the poison chosen specially to evolve Eevee, Eevee's poison. That poison.
Yes, that poison.
Poxeon, the contagion Pokemon. It was thought that in ancient times the Pokemon known as Poxeon was hunted to extinction. It is unknown how this Pokemon's population still survives today. So here is Poxeon, a dragon and poison type. This mon is based on the Japanese smallpox demon, an evil spirit made to explain the spread of smallpox before its eventual eradication in 1980. The fact that smallpox has now been completely wiped out is reflected in its Pokédex entry, since the fact that this species is even alive at all is a complete anomaly.
He's supposed to be dead!
But nonetheless, it does exist, and with it comes highly contagious disease, which is evident by the red growths all over its body, referencing not only smallpox itself, but also the Japanese flag, as a nod to the demon it's based on. The fur collar around its neck is made to resemble the cone-shaped surgical collars that a pet might wear after they have surgery. For an evolution method, I imagine Eevee would evolve into Poxeon if it's leveled up with a poison type in the party, reinforcing the theme of contagious disease. And as for abilities, I gave it both Poison Touch and Poison Point, because that way it can poison on contact with either ability. Somebody's catching something, and it's not going to be pleasant. But let's move away from the toxicity now and check out where we're stopping next. It looks like our next Eeveelution is coming from Ireland, a land full of mysterious, terrifying, and highly violent creatures. And that's just the people. Let's take a look at what mythical beast awaits. Loneleon, the morning Pokemon. On nights of the full moon, Loneleon's haunting cries attract people and Pokemon to its hunting grounds, only to be knocked senseless by its concussive screams. Meet Loneleon, the dragon and normal type. May seem like a strange combination at first, but I took inspiration from normal type's connection to sound-based moves to inform my choice of evil entity. And that entity is the Banshee, an Irish fae spirit whose cries herald the death of a member of one's family. In my research of Banshees, I found that traditionally they were depicted wearing a grey cloak over a green dress, so this Pokemon's fur is primarily this teal colour, and the way its coat is styled is based on traditional black funeral dresses, including the fact that the eyes are covered. That or it just listens to way too much Evanescence. Loneleon would evolve from Gideon Eevee if it's leveled up holding a Reaper Cloth, and its two abilities would be Defeatist and a custom one that I'm calling Leading Voice, which simply gives sound-based moves increased priority, similar to Prankster or Triage. Well, that was fun. Time to head to the other side of the Atlantic now, and into Central America, to find our next pocket monster of mayhem. But be careful. Blink and you might miss it. Nocturneon, the pursuit Pokemon. Once Nocturneon finds a target, it is said that nothing can deter it from the chase. Stories tell of young Pokemon trainers being forced deep into the forest and being lost. An ominous entry for an ominous Pokemon. Nocturneon here is Dragon and Flying type, and is based on the Mayan bat spirit Camazotz, faced by the Maya hero twins during their journey to Xibalba, basically the Mayan underworld. Which is why it has very bat-like features such as the large ears, the fangs, and the short tail, and that's also why it is Dragon and Flying type. Bats also happen to be nocturnal, which is where the name comes from, and a nocturne in music is a piece intended to be evocative of the night. Nocturneon would have the abilities Tough Claws and Scrappy, and would evolve from Geary Eevee if it's leveled up at night holding a Razor Claw, the same way Weavile is evolved from Sneasel. And that's all we have for... Wait, where are we going? North America? Rhode Island? I didn't write anything. During pitch black nights, sailors and fishermen are reported to have gone missing, returning with their minds wiped. This is thought to be the work of a Cosmeon. This is Cosmeon, the depth Pokemon, a dragon and water type, the final entry in today's video, and perhaps the most removed from the goal of the contest. This evolution doesn't take inspiration from any historical pantheons, but instead takes its design from the mythos of one H.P. Lovecraft. Yes, it's Cthulhu. It's a Cthulhu Eevee, most evident in the head area, with the ears resembling wings, the red eyes, and the neck collar being made up of tentacles, because how do you make an Eevee look Lovecraftian? Wrap some tentacles around it.
I don't like where this is going.
And speaking of Lovecraftian horror is also known as Eldritch horror or cosmic horror, which is how Cosmeon gets its name. Cosmic horror and cosmicism, a philosophy Lovecraft himself developed. Cosmeon would evolve from Geary Eevee with a water stone, making it something of an evil mirror to Vaporeon, and its abilities would be Sticky Hold and Shadow Tag. Nothing escapes Cosmeon. And that concludes my entry into the Evil Eevee Extravaganza. I do hope you enjoyed. Head down to the comments and tell me which of these four was your favourite. We had one that looked like it would die, and one that could soar in the sky. There's a sad screaming mop with ears that go flop, and one that's straight from a hen. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out Lava Tyrant's channel. Links will be in the description. I have been Poxeon, and I hope to see you again, right here on Monosodes.